What's going on, everyone? It is Friday night, and you know what that means. We usually watch Rampage. It's on, so if you want to talk about Rampage, that's cool. But Smackdown debuted on USA Network. It re-premiered. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the PS5 Pro, Venom: The Last Dance, NFL Week 2, Survivors coming up, and a whole lot more. But most importantly, I'm not alone on Friday nights. He's back. The one, the only, the final boss, Knock.
Finally, the Doc has returned. And I gotta tell you, I know I've been gone for a while here. I truly miss this, man. I've been trying to keep up with Zach posting and his streams and seeing you guys in the comments. It really warms my heart, man. Like, I can't tell you, like, being gone for this amount of time, like, it's such a creative outlet for anyone who wants to do this, like, come up with ideas. And if you have a team with you, like people that you consider brothers, your boys, just coming up with ideas, like, I truly miss this, man. So I do plan on getting more consistent content out for you guys and being more part of the community again. So I do apologize for being gone for so long. With that said, though, shout out to Zach for holding down the fucking fort. Shout out to Zach for, I think he's better at editing than me now. If you guys seen some of this stuff he's been doing with the thumbnails, with the running the streams, this dude's on fire. So shout out to Zach for holding down the fort, man. I really appreciate that. And then lastly, I cannot wait to tell you guys what I had been doing and why I've been gone. So I'm very excited for all that. This is going to be a new series going to test out. We can't keep watching Rampage. Zach's been taking the bead bullet for that one. So we're going to come up with a new idea for our Friday show, man. The West Coast pop-off. Zach coined it. I love it. Let's sign off on it. This is going to be a first little intro episode to it. We're going to, see where it goes. We'll get some new graphics for you, all that type of stuff. But keep joining with your boys, man. Really appreciate you guys jumping in here with us every week. This is it's been 4 years since we've been on this YouTube airwaves, and it's been getting better and better, man. We got more production stuff for you guys, more goals to hit. So I'm very excited to be back.
I'm glad to have you back. Knock. I know you can't say what it is, but I got to tell the people out there, I live in Hollywood. You're more Hollywood than I am. I cannot wait for you to tell everyone what you've been up to, because I think it's exciting as all hell.
I really can't, man. I've been on an emotional roller coaster. I'll get into it more once I can talk about it, but there's so much. There's some stuff I want to line up for you guys as well, because I've made some connections with some people. You know what I'm saying? These Hollywood connections, and I think we do something real special for the channel.
All right, you heard it. Keep it locked in. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, and of course that bell icon, because our schedules are so out of whack. We got our guy Eric over on the East Coast too, so we're all in different pages right now, but we're all coming back for you. So stay with us. Keep commenting, and we're here to chat with you and just have a good ass time like we are tonight, because the weekend's popping off. Knock. Should we just kick it off?
Yeah, let's kick it off, man.
Smackdown.
Back on USA. First things first, what are you guys' thoughts on that logo?
Oh, let's get it going here. I think it looks good when it's up against stuff. Noob, hope you're having a great start to your weekend, man.
Yeah, shout out to Noob.
Mr. All Power too. Love you guys. It's okay when it's up against stuff. When it's by itself, when it's solo, I don't think it looks too clever.
Yeah, same thing. That's why I don't really like the. We go on Twitter, we go to social medias because we have the YouTube, we try to promote stuff, we try to interact with other people. But I don't like seeing stuff get spoiled out there, because you don't get to see it how it's supposed to be presented. So then when I seen it across the ring and stuff, it actually works for me. I kind of like it.
Okay. All right, Noob likes it too. Let us know what you think, and we'll get into the show. And since it's up right now and you're talking about the logo, let's just get to the question here. Since I got one picture for you. This is, again, the new logo up against stuff right here with the new the prominent features of the big players that they're going to promote on SmackDown here. It looks good by itself, as you can see on the right. I think it looks mediocre. So it's a little bit give and take to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks good up against, but by itself, meh.
I agree, but then because when you put it up against stuff, it takes me back to the 1990. The original one looks really good. My favorite one is the one I grew up on from 2001 to around 2008. Those different variations. 2005, 2006 was amazing. That 2009 to 2010 one is ugly though. I'll give it over that one.
Let's just ask this out in the chat. This is the new SmackDown logo. We like it. It works when it's in the ring, when it's up against everything like that. Compared to all these other logos, 25 years ago, 1999 to 2025, which SmackDown logo is your favorite? Knock, let me just pose it to you. Which one do you absolutely love? Do you wish it would be the SmackDown logo?
Yeah, like can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, from I'm gonna go 06, 08. Like I said, the
Okay.
01 to like 09 is some of my favorite ones, different iterations. But 06, 08, like it just brings back so much good memories back then. This was like I think Batista was the world champion around there. You had Rey Mysterio killing it as well. Kurt Angle was still there around that time, so I really enjoyed SmackDown around that time.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did not like the 10-year anniversary one. SmackDown 2009, Noob likes. I am a big fan of the first one just because it got me into the video games when Know Your
Oh,
Role and
that's a
all
good
those
point.
came out. So I will miss the last one. I thought the last one was crisp. I did like it.
Yeah, they did a good job with that one. We'll see how long this one lasts.
Yeah, that's true. Expect a new Raw logo coming up next year, and then I don't know how new the CW logo is getting, but from leaked footage or leaked stuff that I've seen, it's orange to go along with the CW promotion. So it might be orange and black now. Why is Logan Paul on the poster? I don't know. I don't know why Logan Paul is. I like everyone else except for Logan Paul.
Yeah, there was some article that came out that said he was like the fifth most influential person in wrestling. I thought that was insane.
The fifth?
Yeah, they had like I don't remember the exact order, but say 1 through 4 was some order of Triple H, Nick Khan, Tony Khan, and then and The Rock, and they put him at number 5.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
insane. With CW though, it feels like it's a good direction. They're combining so much. If they get the Motor City Machine Guns to be your tag team, come on now. Julia with all the
True.
women's division, Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels is truly cooking.
Dude, I don't know where Motor City Machine Guns are going because as of last week they were going to AEW to debut and challenge the Young Bucks, and now they're for sure going to NXT and changes
Yeah,
every week. But I
yeah.
don't know, man. You want them in AEW or NXT?
I want the Motor City Machine Guns to be on the biggest spotlight possible at this point in their career. They've given me some of the best matches of all time in TNA, and they've influenced a generation. You see a lot of guys like Lee Moriarty, or even just people in NXT learning right now, have all been inspired by Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley, especially with Lee Moriarty.
Yeah.
So they're going to teach a lot of people, and I think going to NXT might be the best case to get their name a little more out there. No shade on AEW, but it might be a little more of the same with AEW. And right now, that tag team division, they're not really handling the tag teams in the best way. I mean, Private Party has been getting the shaft for years now, and I love that group. Lucha Bros on the way out, so
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Okay. Yeah, that tag division, I don't know. Why does Ospreay have to just pop in and out of every division? Your Daniel Garcia might still go to NXT.
Really? He didn't resign?
As of the last pay-per-view, I don't think he has.
Wow. So they're really hoping for something there.
Yeah.
I think eventually he'll resign, but that's tough to be so wanted and not take that leap and test yourself in NXT. I mean, see what Ethan Page is doing right now.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I think he'd go straight to the top in NXT. What was I gonna say?
You say, Tony Khan, you should go through your girl's phone.
I noticed that jab you threw at my boy Will Ospreay. Listen, I'm not happy with the tag team. I'm not happy with the tag team division, but Ospreay can pop up wherever he wants. That match is going to be amazing.
Cool. Just don't do a promo because I don't have subtitles on my TV.
Oh,
bruv.
Come on, bruv.
Seriously, how are you going to walk around with busted ass chitlets and a simple jack haircut? All right, I know he's good, but I got to give him shit. It's just too easy.
I mean, no one else is giving him shit in these promos, so they got to take a page out of your book.
That's fine. Please do. Did you catch any of the show? I know we've all been kind of in and out during the weekend, but Rob Van Dam, Vicky Guerrero was there.
I'm shocked.
You had Ricky.
They put Vicky on there. I know she's made a name for herself in WWE, but with everything that was going on, I'm surprised they did this.
Yeah. But I think maybe just a little in there just because of the old GM spot.
Yeah, cool to see RVD. He can still go, man.
He can't. That just everywhere. He pops up in a promotion every week.
Yeah, I know Carmelo said he wants his match with RVD. I'd be up for that.
You got to give to. We can't keep doing Carmelo and Andrade. I love it. It's really cool, but like I think now we're at the point we got to move those two away.
Yeah. But no, I didn't catch too much of this. I'm sure they did some big things. Did Cody do a moonsault off the cage?
No, he did a crossbody.
I guess he's learned. Can't take too many risks anymore.
So yeah, Roman saved him. A lot of stuff going on. If you had a favorite moment of SmackDown, pop it in the chat and let us know. But I really want to know your opinions on what you thought was different compared to what Fox had previously done, or if they did anything new. I will rewatch the entire show when it comes on in LA here in about an hour and a half or so. But what you can notice is basically on the bottom you can see Tiffy Time coming to the ring, the new SmackDown logo, and the presentation like that. How do you think that looks when with the names?
That's interesting. I don't know if I love it. It's a little weird. It would take some getting used to.
Yeah, it looks a little. It looks. I'm sorry, but it makes you want a 6-inch, doesn't it? Doesn't it make you want a meatball sub? It looks like the Subway logo.
That's actually a good point. I could definitely see that.
You got to change that. You got to run these things by people like comedians or like teenagers who are going to rip on it because it just looks like the Subway logo. And I don't want to make a joke. I don't want to get us canceled off YouTube, so I'm not going to make a joke.
All right,
but let us know what you, let us know what you think.
I just came back.
I already fucked up our monetization, but I won't do anything else. I promise. Yeah, Roman returned, man. He came back, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be him and Cody against Solo and Jacob Fatu at the Bloodline. Some of the being together. Okay. It's just something mixed bag of opinions on here. Did you hear the theme song, Knock?
I didn't, but I know it's Megan Thee Stallion, which I'm very surprised on.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. I think someone from a K-pop group.
Yeah, I forget which group, but their song together. I got to hear it. I'm interested.
If you want to take a time out and listen to it right now, I mean, it's just. I think it's good. It just needs like a pop. It needs like in the very beginning, it needs something like the Stone Cold Glass Breaker. Her just like giving a shout in the beginning. Just needs that pop in the very beginning.
I think. Oh yeah, BTS. I had a feeling it was BTS, but I didn't want to say that in case I was wrong. That makes sense.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Snoop. I'm curious. This now leads to her crossover. They've been wanting like Bianca's been wanting a match with her. Obviously Jade. There's so much stuff to see with Megan Thee Stallion there, and she's a huge anime fan.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné also said she wanted her in AEW, so I think we're seeing where she might be ending up.
I think so. It is cool to see this is NXT. They're really loading up. They want 1 million views on the CW for that debut show, Knock.
They might get it. At worst case scenario, I could see them getting someone in 900s, which would be amazing. I mean, that's still beating AEW. That's still like doing an insane number.
I think that's beating Riverdale. Thanks for that, Mr. Alpari. That's good. That's a good point. Oh man, CW is about to blow up for us. I never thought I'd go back to the CW.
At this point, will NXT be as important to the CW as AEW be to TNT? Since both, I feel like, have nothing else.
That's a good question.
Let us know in the chat what you think.
Wow, that's a really good question.
Because they might be able to do some pretty special things, being that important to your host channel.
I agree. They're gonna have a cutoff now, so it's not gonna have any overrun on NXT because of local stations kicking in. But I think that's good for talent, so you get to know cutoffs, especially when you have pay-per-views in cities with curfews and whatever else. So that's good for them to learn.
That's very true.
Anything else on SmackDown, Knock, that you can think of?
Nothing. I still want to go back and rewatch this. I don't know if anyone's seen SmackDown this week or All Out. I just finished watching All Out, man. Hell of a pay-per-view. Me and Zach have different opinions.
It was good. Like I say in the chat, I cannot stand AEW television. That's why Rampage is on vertically on mute right now on my phone. But their pay-per-views, they're great pay-per-views. How can you not enjoy an AEW pay-per-view?
Yeah. I do want to bring some attention to, I think this poll Zach put out here, I thought it was very well done. Who's hotter in wrestling right now to anybody in the comments? Joe Hendry with 60% of the votes. Jacob Fatu 27%. I think Jacob might eventually take over. Julia with 12%. And this can't be right. The Outrunners only with 2%.
They got 2? Each of them voted?
I mean, some people in the chat. Shout out to DJ. He said Turbo Floyd, future champ. Juan Cano says Jacob Fatu, Dude is an absolute beast. He's a problem high flyer. He will surprise you.
Man, remember we saw him live in the front row, man?
Insane,
I feared for my life, but he's still like the nicest dude.
Not to me.
Well, talking shit.
I'll try to, enjoy the show. He's spitting at me, called names to my mother. There's all this nonsense.
Yeah. Noob says an NXT debut show will be crazy while NWA is on a snail's pace because their taping schedule is bad. I think he's so caught up in his tour right now with Green Day and Rancid that I don't think Billy Corgan's really paying too much attention because he is allowed to put NWA in cruise control. But that's a good point, Noob. If you're in to NWA, talk in the chat here. Noob knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's why it's hard for me to keep up with like shows like NWA or MLW. Like, the it's not too consistent.
Right. Curvin, how you doing? Welcome to the station. You guys think about wrestling all day, every day. Go do something else fun with your whole life revolve around wrestling. Real sad. I can't. Wrestling is my life. There was like 3 hours that there wasn't wrestling on last night. I almost did it. I almost did it, Curvin. I just cannot live without wrestling. I can't do it, Curvin. As sad as I may be.
Look at this guy's logo, man. He's a Heat fan. Just like Eric, he has to be delusional.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks for checking in, Curvin. We appreciate that. Please comment some more. We love it.
Shout out to all the wrestling fans, all the sickos out there, man. We're here.
Woo! I'm gonna not like wrestling and jump on a wrestling show. All right, man. You gonna roll through a McDonald's drive-through and shut out Burger King? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
All right. Who we got next, man? Because we got some other topics out here. This is wrestling, video games, movies, and pop culture at the West Coast Popcast.
All right. What do you want to move on to next, Knock?
Let's hold on. What's on here? You kind of organize these. What's jumping out next? Okay, you had this. Okay. So I was so disappointed when I found out Survivor Series was going to Canada. No offense to our Canadian viewers. I was just under the impression there was like a rumor going around, get stuck in these rumors on Twitter that they were going to bring Survivor Series to LA to the new Clipper arena. And I got my hopes up, man. I was ready to buy my ticket. But either way, this is going to be a great pay-per-view. They're going to absolutely kill it, man. I cannot wait to see War Games. I hope Bianca and Jade are in the women's War Games.
I hope so, too. I think they're being very coy with this poster. But I do like it. Bianca is being presented by herself and some other Smackdown promotions as well. But I agree. I think you could almost do brand supremacy with the women's War Games match.
You kind of can. I mean, you'll have a lot of interesting dynamics in there. Say you did Raw versus SmackDown. Rhea and Liv being on the same team would be kind of weird. That'd be kind of insane. I could see them turning on each other or having an interesting storyline there. So there's some stuff you can do here. You actually could pull that off, I think.
Anything besides Bloodline versus Bloodline that you're looking forward to in Survivor Series?
I think whoever returns or debuts, you have something special with Survivor Series. And then I'll be interested in what CM Punk does, if he's going to join the War Games or if he'll have a singles match. But I think after Bad Blood, it's time to move on from that storyline, I feel.
It's got to be done. It's just got to be done. Let me just say, because I know we have differences about the last AEW pay-per-view. What are your thoughts on the things going around, the CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hangman versus Swerve thing? Do you look at it as a competition, or you just see it as two different shows with two different feuds?
I get like they're two very hated feuds between the two, but I never drew any comparisons to either. Like, both are very, very different. Drew he's basically doing what AEW could have turned into a storyline. He's taking all that type of stuff and using it against himself to go against CM Punk. And then Hangman versus Swerve, like, that's a blood feud, man. That's so that's on site. That's such a crazy rivalry. And I think they've took it to a level I don't think Drew and CM Punk can really go to.
Correct. I agree. That last match was just something else, man.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. It was just something else. It's like one of those I'm glad I watched it, but like, holy shit! But I'm glad I watched it.
They have to be best friends in real life because to do some of those spots, like you have to really trust somebody to do some of this
Yeah.
stuff, man.
And for anyone freaking out about the needle thing, first of all, I thought it was disgusting because I cannot stand needles. It's the one thing I cannot deal with in life is needles. Um, Look, it's a little more creative than a screwdriver through the ear. And again, for people as old as me, we hung the big boss man on a pay-per-view. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, there are definitely some crazy stuff going on there. I've seen people talking about the whole bag thing with Brian and Moxley, which I'm really enjoying Moxley's character right now. I'm enjoying that whole pairing with Marina Shafir. The
Yeah.
craziest spot I think I saw in the Swerve Hangman, not even because of maybe it was that gross, but I thought it was cool that Hangman brought in a piece of the wood that he burned down from Higgs from Swerve Man's house. Whether it was a real piece of wood or not, I thought it was just a cool little layer to add.
Yeah. That was good. I don't like this whole Moxley thing. Romper Stomper that Mr. Alpar figured out last week. That's the character. So if you want to figure out what he's going to do next, and hopefully he doesn't go fully on that movie. Otherwise, I don't. Never mind. But, yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that one, but based off, I'm guessing Mariah versus Tony was their first like, oh, we're gonna take like a movie storyline and put it into wrestling in AEW.
Yeah.
It seems like they're gonna continue this trend, especially if they're getting positive receptions. What do you think about them doing that?
I don't really like it. I like taking there's no way this is like a neo-Nazi kind of movie. So they're not. I don't think they're fully going to do
Oh,
this movie.
okay,
Into
okay,
I think he's taking the character. I think it's fine if you've been around for a little while and you need to borrow the character from something else for inspiration. But it 100% worked with Mariah May and Tony Storm because that's what it was. It was Tony Storm's timeless movies and all that shit.
yeah, okay.
KO does need to win a title, man. That dude, that dude needs something.
For real,
Hey,
man.
Phantom X. We got some good news. We got two good news. Whichever one you want to go with next. Either one of those are good news, Knock.
All right, let's kick it off with some pop culture stuff, or not pop culture, some music stuff with WWE. By Def Rebel, they're out of here.
Peace. Get the step in. Yeah, supposedly this Megan Thee Stallion song is the sign that they're going to start using actual musicians, pay them a nice one-time fee and possible side royalties or whatever they figure it out, and they are not going to renew their contract. Def Rebel, hit the bricks.
Oh shit! I think this is kind of driven by the internet hating them, which they've put out some of the worst theme songs. They had some good ones. Don't get me wrong; they've had some good ones. It's just like I think like a Johnny Gargano or some people that had like great themes. When they got the new ones from Def Rebel, they butchered them and it just sounded awful. So
Yeah,
and it seemed like they kind of copied it. I don't think their work was inspired after a certain amount of time. I think there was a lot of copy and paste going on.
yeah. They got one program for Christmas from Daddy, and they ran with it and made music for everyone. I have no qualms getting them the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
All right, bye, Def Rebel. This is the other good news. Victory Road's happening. Mike Bailey won his X Division title back from Mr. Wentz.
They literally have it drop the belt just so we can appear on NXT with it to get right back. I'm not mad at it. Typical TNA booking, and it makes sense to kind of promote your belt a little bit there. I get it. But at least when Bailey lost, he didn't get pinned to lose it. It was the Ultimate X, so I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. And then going back to the music, Mr. Power says, yeah, I think that's the whole point is now you don't have one group of people doing it, and you can give people like Megan Thee Stallion or people that will make music that sounds like the character. So I think that's a huge plus.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want the same person doing the same stuff because you need different creative outlets and people to.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Noob, I'm not even listening to Rampage, but thank you for pointing that out. This is another reason why Rampage needs to go, and we're starting a whole new weekend pop-off show because Rampage needs to go.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It bothers me. Like, I like AEW's commentary. Like, I love everyone as an individual, and sometimes they work very well together. Especially when Nigel's there, I feel like he really brings stuff together. But there's a lot of times where I feel like the chemistry's off. I feel like I'll watch someone hit their finisher and there's no reaction from commentary or they're talking about something else. Like there's a lot of little issues that kind of throw me off with the commentary.
Yeah. Rampage, We're going to have one last stream with you. It's going to be a funeral show. I'm probably going to get wasted, and I cannot wait to say goodbye to the Rampage stream. So we can all just hang out and have a damn good time on a Friday night.
Definitely, man. And again, shout out to Noob and Co, Miss All Power, Phantom X, even you too, man. You guys been here for so long, man. Really appreciate you guys jumping in every week with your boys.
Carvin, we even appreciate you. Thank you for jumping in and commenting. All love out there. That's all love.
So I put this on here because, listen, I watched the first Venom. You know, I love Tom Hardy, so I had very high hopes. Obviously, I was disappointed to the point I didn't even want to watch the second one, so I haven't watched the second one. But I got excited with this third one, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. I did. I did. Because of one reason only, man. And that is the villain they intend to bring in here. Let me, Zach, I know you know. But for the people out there, this is a Thanos ultimate Doctor Doom level villain. This guy is incredible. Now, do I trust him in the hands of Sony? I don't know. But I'm very interested to see how they do this. So I actually will be watching Venom 3.
Okay.
Zach hit me.
So this dude is older than like time, but he has a Spider-Man symbol on him. Okay. Also, when creatives aren't super creative, they make bigger versions of other things. What is the big thing with sequelitis? You make everything bigger. You have more explosions and blah, blah, blah. What is their version of that? It's making Null bigger than Thanos. Everything Nox said is true about this character. But I believe Null was made that way because they weren't creative enough into thinking what else could be with this character. Then he is more powerful than any other villain in Marvel because he's older than time. He's older than the universe. He controls all these symbiotes. It's just, I can't get with this character. It was just, look, you don't need to go that big with a symbiote king. And I cannot believe there's a king of the symbiotes to begin with, but okay. This should have had more creativity behind it. Look at Batman's rogues gallery. The Scarecrow's not, let me just say it is. Let me just say the Scarecrow's not taking over Gotham. He is not this huge villain, but he's a cool villain. You can do very cool things with him. Yeah. Why can't you think outside the box like that with Null? What other things could he bring from a planet or a universe of symbiotes that he created or was born into that you could bring that'd be creative and cool to see on the page rather than copy paste, take over the world / universe storyline? That's why I'm not really excited. I was very surprised that he was in this, and I don't like the rumors that in the post-credit scene, we see the extra filming of Tom Hardy in New York, where in the rest of the movie he's not in New York because then he delivers his son to Spider-Man in our universe, and that's when Null's like, oh, he is born now, and like whatever. But comic nerdy stuff aside, I don't like this being in the movie. This is almost too big for a Sony movie to handle. And if this bleeds into Spider-Man 4, I'm going to be very, very upset.
So Tom Holland and his Spider-Man have crossed over to MCU, and it makes sense. But the way they've separated all these Sony movies, it'd be weird if this bleeds into Spider-Man 4. I feel like it would, even as a fan of all these movies, it'd be weird to see that. I don't think it would translate for the everyday viewer.
Also, in the planet of symbiotes, why does the villain have to look human?
That's a great point. Great point.
Just saying. Let me hit up these chats, Knock. Defend Null all you want. Noob, I'll get to your one in a second here. I like Null, but I don't want to see. Oh, I don't want to see Kraven, Venom, and Madam Web fight against him in off-brand Avengers. That's another rumor. I'd be pissed if that's what comes up.
Oh man, all these villains. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. I don't want to see that either.
I don't either. I don't know if the sword is the same one in the Eternals. You have to let us know if anyone can fact check that. That'd be very interesting.
I think it is actually, or it's either that one or some other sword. Someone let us know, but there is a crossover between his weapon and I don't know if it's the one from Thor or Eternals, but that is true.
Okay. Phantom X, hi. My name is Zach. I'm glad we are good friends now. This is the quote. How better was just Carnage and Venom. Carnage and Venom. Maybe one or two other ones for Lethal Protector, but I agree 100%. It's going to be post-credit scene with Null, for all we know. That'd be so insane that you put the post-credit scene in your trailer.
I hope Sony's not that, far gone.
Yeah. Noob, yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. What are your thoughts on it? If he's on the same level as Thanos, maybe he'll be in the MCU. That'd be so messy right now. Null, Doctor Doom, if you're gonna fuck with Kang and fix that up, and then Secret Wars.
You just gotta do it right. I feel like I like him, but to throw Null in there without any type of build in the actual MCU would be very weird.
Yeah. I didn't get to do the whole breakdown for you, but anything else you want to talk about Null before I do the Agatha connection?
I'm good. I think I'm good unless you want to hit some of these. Yeah, I'm good. I think that's everybody.
Okay. Nate's here. Of course, we're not watching Rampage anymore, Nate. Just an FYI, Rampage is going to be dead to us very soon. And War Games match with Lee Liv. Obviously, might see Damage Control, Live Valkyrie, Team Up with Rhea, Liv Morgan, PFC. I can't stand that name. And Raquel returned. Yes, it'll be a strong match.
Oh, she did?
She's going to. She's rumored to be working out again. There's some videos out there, and she might be returning. So that could be a possibility.
Okay.
All right. But if you want to break this down, Knock, Agatha All Along comes out. Are you excited for that?
Not as much as I should be.
Okay. Makes sense. Ultimately, that was supposed to tie into Kang. And Kang was supposed to be what was the book called? The Darkhold?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's supposed to the one Kang, the purple variant, the one that we saw at the end of Ant-Man 3 was supposed to tie in to Agatha All Along, and that was thusly supposed to tie into the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So we'll see how it gets rewritten. They just announced today the 2-episode finale on, I think, Halloween.
Okay. That's a good way to go out. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I don't know if we'll do any reviews for it, but I'm gonna keep an eye out on the show. I mean, obviously I loved WandaVision. I know it's supposed to lead into now the Vision show, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Oh man, Scream coming out. I'll see when I believe it. I don't have cameras on board. You been watching a new horror movie with James McAvoy? I don't know. Knock, you gonna check that one out this weekend? Was it See No Evil?
Okay, so I just enjoyed that one actually.
Well,
I like James McAvoy. I don't know if I'll see it.
Yeah. Okay. It's getting good reviews.
Okay. Maybe we'll check it out.
Okay. Let us know if you can go see it. See No Evil, James McAvoy. I think that's the only big movie out this weekend.
That's all I can think of. It's been a dry year. I'll be honest. It's been very dry.
It has been. Where are we going to next now?
Let me see if I can bring this up here. I think we could just touch on maybe some NFL stuff before we get going.
Mr. Allpower saw Alien Romulus and liked it.
Okay, because once I get to this PS5 stuff, if you guys are still here, man, I'm gonna get real upset. But week 2, me and Eric do have a show coming out. We're gonna talk about some football stuff, fantasy. If you guys are into that, I'm a Saints fan. I don't know what fan he is. He's a bandwagon fan. Zach hates the Packers. I'm shocked at that. You guys should watch
man.
QB. But let us know your favorite teams, and if you guys want to talk any fantasy, if you guys are into that as well. A lot of cool stuff going on with football. But it's a big week. I think the best game to look forward to, I think it's gonna be the Ravens or the Chiefs and Bengals. So keep an eye out for the Chiefs and Bengals.
Okay.
But without that, Zach, I think it's time to piss me off.
Oh.
PlayStation, PS5 Pro. So I feel guilty, Zach. I'll be honest with you. When I bought my PS5,
yes,
that was the first video game console I bought since I moved to LA. You know, I haven't had my PS4 in a while. Left that at home. I got the PS5, man, and instantly it was during the pandemic too, so I had time to play games. So I got to catch up on like Resident Evil, God of War, The Last of Us, the new Spider-Mans, the old Spider-Man. So I was eating good for a while there with the PS5, and I was like, And obviously, we're in a group chat together. I was hyping it up to Zach and Eric. I was like, yo, you guys got to get this. This is incredible. And since then, they've barely came out with new games. It's been all the old PS4 games. We've been struggling for years. It's been dry out here for video games. Xbox, on the other hand, they haven't really put too much pressure on Sony. Sony's feeling very comfortable. The best PlayStation is when they're the underdogs. When they're a little behind, they have to catch up. So when Xbox in the 360 era put pressure on PlayStation, they came back and answered so many great games. It's unimaginable. Now they're on top and they're in cruise control, and it absolutely sucks because we're not getting the same quality of stuff we used to get. And now they drop a PS5 Pro with no games for $700. Are you kidding me? I'm not buying this bullshit. They didn't even put the disk drive on there. And if you see right there, includes tax. I think somewhere else, I don't know if it says it on here. It says the little stand is not included. So now we're that was included when you first dropped the console a few years ago. This is absolutely insane.
I can't believe this. We'll talk about the specs in just a little bit. Look, man, I bought the first PlayStation 3 when it came out. And then that one broke down on me, and I got a later one. I was like, holy crap, what a difference. This is fantastic. The only things that wasn't cool was that version wasn't backwards compatible. This, man, I'm glad I got the first version. I got my disc drive on there. They're messing with people's downloaded games. I love having the discs. I love when good friends give me discs for my birthday so I can play them whenever the fuck I want. I was very shocked at all this. $700 for like the bare minimum with tech upgrades.
I've never said this before because I'm a huge PlayStation fan because they've always put out the best games.
Hey, knock, you get that PS5 Pro mic?
Oh, let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
I've never said this before because I've always been a big PlayStation fan. They've always put out the games that I love that were my favorites.
Yes.
But at that price point, you might as well just invest in a PC and not have to pay for online and kind of own your games. Because when you have a discless game, unless you're buying it, if you can use the PS Plus, they take games off that and all the time. They're always changing those games. You might not have access to certain games you might be playing or might be saving to play. This is outrageous. But again, until Xbox, because you can say Nintendo, but Nintendo's doing great. Don't be wrong. The Switch has been having incredible numbers. But I feel like the Switch isn't a direct competitor. It kind of goes hand in hand with if you have a PlayStation or if you have an Xbox. You can they're not in direct competition. Xbox and PlayStation have always been in direct competition. So until Xbox puts the necessary pressure on Sony, they're going to keep getting away with this nonsense. People are already buying the stuff. Some people are loading up on the original PS5s, and some people are saying they're doing that because they're going to mark it all the way up once this comes out and try to do all that type of nonsense. And these are already selling. People are already buying this. So until another company puts the pressure on there, they're going to cruise control, man.
You said it. I have nothing to add to that. It's such garbage. Such a noob. You got the good comments here too. Rather wait till Sony releases some PS1, 2, and 3 games on the PS5. I agree. Where the hell is that? That was the promise from day one. Yeah. Backwards compatible with anything, and then absolutely nothing. Very upset about that. And just to add on what you just said right there, people selling it. Japan, it's worth 120,000 yen already.
Yeah, absolutely insane. And they've been slowly drip feeding the old classic people want. I've been seeing every now and then them pop up, then and a few of them would disappear. So it's kind of weird right now. And again, I'll keep saying this: what new games do I have to look forward to? When the PS3 was out, there was 3 Uncharted games that came out for PS3, as well as Last of Us. Naughty Dog put out 4 games for the PS3. They have not put out a game for this generation yet. And I'm not counting the remakes. I'm not counting the Last of Us remake, Last of Us 2 remake. Still great games, still great upgrades, but they're not new games. So that's just an example. They've been closing studios down. I can't tell you. And then the backwards compatible games. God of War is great. God of War is amazing. But that was also on PS4 as well. I'm talking about the new God of War, not the first one. So I'm still waiting for that next gen feeling. So I don't know, man. It's looking real spooky out here. But that's my rant.
It is.
I think
that's
you
a
had
good
one more
rant. Yeah, I just got the specs on there. If you want to look it up right there, that's what it is. Like you said, I know Nate watched me play that Stray game. That's gone off my console. A couple other games are gone off my console. Not like they send me an email or anything like I could read it. But the point is, they're gone off my console now because of whatever reason. Also, a side note that studio that made Stray and I forgot what other game they were working on. Everyone from the studio just quit.
Yeah, I saw that. That's very interesting. I'll wait for more details on that, but we'll definitely keep an eye on that. That's insane.
Are any of these things big enough for you as a gamer, Knock, or anyone else out there to make you say,
Not at
"Damn,
all.
that's pretty sweet"?
Not at all. And I'm gonna tell you this why. Because you can already buy one of the original PS5 and you can upgrade your memory for cheaper. You can get a
Yep.
external hard drive if you want. Let me see what it's saying here. So since PS3, Xbox 360 days, which was well over 10 years ago, if not 10 to 15 years ago, PC has been able to do games at a regular, say at base 30 frames per second,
Yep.
more than 1080p. You can do 4K 30 frames per second. This has been what we've been asking for years. PS3 came out. Oh, then maybe PS4 might do it. Maybe PS5 might do it. They're still not running games at an acceptable frame rate. You have to do either or. You have to pick either you want the performance mode or you want the graphic fidelity mode. At minimum, 4K 60 frames should be standard at this point with all these upgrades, and they have not done that. PC's been able to do that for a decade now at least. So looking at this, I still don't think we'll get 4K 60 frames per second. You still might be playing a game at 30 frames per second. I'm not too big on it. That doesn't really bother me too much. But to be able to justify a PS5 Pro, I should be able to do this. So there's absolutely no point for me to upgrade my PS5.
No, not at all. I just I don't even know about this stuff as much as like a regular normal gamer nowadays, but it's just like there's no reason for it. I do not have FOMO on it. And look at this. We're even talking about games coming up for the PS6, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank games in 2029. Like games that they should be pushing and titles. I know Newbie said it last time we were talking about Sony saying they don't have enough original IPs. They're just not doing anything with anything. They're just letting shit sit there.
And that's sad because Sony was always known for their original IPs. You know how many games they had? They had all the mascots. Like Noob, like you said, they had Jack and Daxter, some of my favorite games, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. I didn't love what's my boy's name? Crash Games, but that was still another mascot type of game. And it's like you had variety too. So you had those type of games. You had the visual spectacles like the Uncharted's, the God of War, stuff like that. So it's really sad to see what's going on with my favorite gaming console. And I've never bought a gaming console specifically for the graphics. I always needed the games. So you release this. It looks like the same old PS5 I have right in my shelf over there. There's no customization to it. And there's no games. I buy my consoles for games. Where they at?
Yeah. Unreal. Yeah. The days of PlayStation, and they're doing it to themselves. It's not like they're just like, oh, the competition's here. It's not like Atari and then Nintendo and Sega came along. It's just they're just doing it to themselves. And we'll see what happens with them. The Switch 2 is supposedly going to be announced in October. And with the price, damn it, I was gonna put this on here, but I forgot the price was. But it ain't $700. I'll tell you that for the Switch 2. You're probably looking around, I'd say 400 or 500. I think it was. I want to say 4.
Okay, something like that. We'll have to look into that. But yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on this to see how it goes, man. And that's the other thing too. I used to get so excited because Sony would put out they would attend E3 and put out like their conferences, and they'd have their own conferences on the side. I can't tell you the last time we've seen a PlayStation conference would actually announce something new. Like I really don't know. All the games I'm expecting to come out, we've known about for years.
Yep.
So we'll see.
And I don't want to be one of those old guys who's just like, oh, physical media and this and that. But like I've had enough games taken off my console to where if I do want to play a game, if I can find it physically, I'm going to find it physically. And with stores getting rid of physical media, please seek out mom and pop stores that are getting rid of their physical media because they cannot sell them back to the distributor like Best Buys and Walmarts and Targets. This is where I get a lot of my electronics. When you shop online, they need to just sell it. They need to just get rid of it. You will find electronics like speakers, whatever, physical media cheaper at non-big box stores. So if you're looking for it, that's just my heads up on that.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. And then Noob and Mr. Allpower. I don't know if you guys remembered, this might have happened like 2 or 3 years ago. They had announced the PS3 online store was closing, and a lot of their games, they don't sell PS3 games anymore. You can't get the physical media anymore. So when they announced that, all the physical media PS3 games that were available, like on Amazon or someone just selling, those skyrocketed in prices. It was like $100 to buy some old ass game. So that's what makes me nervous about the whole digital media age as well. So we'll see how that goes. But Zach, going from ugly, I'm talking ugly, ugly, to Oswald Cobblepot. Are you excited for the Penguin on HBO?
I am excited. Are you?
I am, man. It's going to lead right into Batman 2, which I've been waiting for because I did enjoy the first one. But
Me too.
I'm excited for what he's presenting here.
I am too. So a lot of people that aren't giving it really great reviews are giving it okay reviews because they're comparing it to other things like The Sopranos. I'll tell you this right now: The Sopranos is my favorite TV show of all time. I think The Wire is a better TV show. I think that's the best TV show ever. But I will give my review of this after I watch it because I do love The Sopranos. You can't just compare it to that because this is different.
Yeah, that's a wild claim. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, go through those reviews, but a lot of these are comparing to The Sopranos, and I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just because he's an overweight guy. But I am excited to see this, and I did like the first Batman, and I don't know if there's going to be a third one. I don't think anyone does right now, but I'm excited for the second one, which is rumored to take place in winter.
And that's the thing too. I'm about to try to write the whole stream. I just came back. It's just it takes so long to get from one movie to the sequel, or from one season of a show to the next one. Man, we had it good a few years ago, bro, because it's different now. We're not getting 20 episode seasons with the next season's coming out. You're lucky to get 6 episodes and wait 4 years.
It's insane to me, and especially when the biggest thing people complain about is the writing. That's the one thing that's taking everyone like I don't know, man. Yeah, we're good. I'm still gonna watch it though.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Let us know what you guys think, man. We're gonna keep up with it, man. And I'm also excited for this coming up. I think this is what, in the next few days. This should be coming out very soon.
Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. This is so. In case you guys didn't know, Zach watches Survivor. I just literally caught up on a lot of Survivor seasons since like January. It's like the summer. I binged it all. Me and my girlfriend, and now this is the first season Survivor we get to watch live while it's going on. A lot's happened since I started watching Survivor. I can't wait to talk about it, but I'm excited to watch this and maybe take some notes, Zach.
Yes. Hint, hint. I love it, Knock. If you want to talk Survivor, let us know in the comments, or even if you catch us on a stream, just let us know, and we'll talk because we're going to be watching it live. So not live, but the week of.
Yeah, and if you're a fan, man, I'm trying to put a tier list together to do some of the either favorite characters or favorite seasons of Survivor. I'm a huge fan now. I can't believe I went so long without watching it.
It's so good. It's just it sucks you in, and the greatest thing about it, once a season is done, you can just forget about it. You don't have to wait for the next season to remember all this shit. It's new slate.
Yeah, very quality show, man. Very quality. Any more news and rumors you got?
I got nothing else other than I think we talked about it, man. That PlayStation Studio, everyone walking out, and that's pretty much it. I'll just say this: coming to the channel. We're gonna do some stuff. I got tickets to a screening of Scarface with a Q&A with Al Pacino afterwards. So we'll get to that hopefully on the channel for you before Halloween for sure. Hopefully in the next couple weeks. And then the final Monday of September, I will be attending the Los Angeles premiere of Terrifier 3.
Oh man.
I will be there at the Egyptian studio. I will get some footage and see what I can get put on the channel. And of course, a review. If you're not familiar with that franchise, if you don't like horror, don't get familiar with that franchise. But if you like horror, get familiar with it. It's really good. And it started in very independent roots and using practical effects. So I'm excited.
That's a good thing about horror. Get the practical stuff. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
I don't got too much stuff here. Just so the one thing I did see about WoW, if there's any 9-Day Fiance fans out here, me and my girlfriend actually did watch a few seasons like during the pandemic. We got caught in that that dirty TV, But one of the women who's been wrestling, she was on 90 Day Fiance, and she's also been wrestling Paola Mayfield, I believe her name is. She just signed to Women Wrestling.
Yes.
So that should be
Okay.
an interesting name. She's been wrestling on Indies for a little bit now, so she's not coming in like brand new, fresh. So she has a little bit to her. So it should be interesting to see. And hey, man, we might see her, might go see one of those shows, man. It's down the street from me. And
Nice.
they actually go to Vegas too. They got to be on Fremont
Ooh.
Street for a free taping. That's a wild place to do a taping. So that should be interesting. I don't know if that street matches the WoW product, but it should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I that one announcer might dig it, but I don't know about that audience.
And then the last thing, man, for people that have been sticking with us, mark this day because I said it here. At some point between the end of the year and the beginning of next year, I will have an exclusive for WoW. I will have an exclusive. There's information only I know, and I will have an exclusive. It's about to get wild. So you heard it here first. And I'm about to
What
blow
could it
smoke.
be?
This is.
Oh my God.
This
Did
is
Knock break bread with AJ Lee? Was Knock kicking it with Jeannie Buss? Was Knock chewing some Doublemint gum with the Tonga twins? Knock, I cannot wait. You heard it here first. Mark your
Maybe it's
calendars.
Tonga.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, sir. News and rumors
Nice.
here. We're gonna be winding up. This is the first episode of Pop Off, man. I really miss doing this with you guys, man. I'm glad everyone's jumping in here and talking with your boys, man.
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event's coming back.
Yeah, they're trying to get Jesse the Body Ventura to do commentary on there.
I think this is good, man. This is cool, and this is gonna rival, I mean, AEW's Battle of the Belts. But I think this is obviously the higher brand. You got to make it feel big. I'm sure they're going to announce this ahead of time. They're going to load the card up, make it look special. And this is why I want AEW to get in the swing of like really making stuff feel. Because I feel like when they do Battle of the Belts, we'll throw whatever out there. It's kind of like the leftovers.
It is leftovers. It's like leftovers that you should have thrown away a week ago.
Yeah. So Saturday night main event. I'm actually excited for this. Bring that big feel to wrestling again. Bring some celebrities. Do it up, man. Have some good matches. I just realized too, as I'm saying this, the other news and rumors I had was AEW and the Jacksonville Jaguars are actually finally doing a crossover. I've been waiting for this. I think it's Hologram and Sammy Guevara versus Beast Mordos and Matt Taven in a 2 out of 3 falls match to kick off the Jacksonville Jaguars home opener this Sunday. So this will be happening, I think, at 11:30 a.m. and the Jacksonville Jaguars will be playing right after.
They're doing a Daly's Place line?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I didn't get the location, but they said it was a big crossover here, and I think this is smart. And that's a good duo or good 4 to do.
I like that.
Yeah, so very exciting stuff, man. And of course, again, West Coast Popcast and West Coast Pop Off coming to your channels. We're gonna be getting very consistent going forward, man. Feels great to be back with my guy Zach. Oh, you got some trivia for us?
No, I don't. That's just on there.
Oh man.
That's all.
All right. We'll get that going for you guys. But again, thanks for jumping in here. This is the West Coast Popcast, wrestling, pop culture, movies, video games. It's good to be back. I can't wait to be talking to you guys some more. Noob, Mr. All Power, Phantom X, everyone that jumps in here and joins us, man, really appreciate it. We're on the road to 5,000. We had about 7 to 10 people in here joining us, commenting. Leave your comments after the video. Hit that like button, and keep growing with your boys, man. We really enjoy this community, and we're glad to have everyone here. And I want to, me personally, keep up the communication. Again, I've been gone for a while now. I didn't expect my schedule to change that much, but I can't wait to tell you why I was gone. But I will communicate with you guys more often and keep a lookout for us on Instagram, Twitter. You can email us. You can hit us in the DMs. We'll respond. So, yeah, leave those comments and stick with your boys for this ride.
That's right. And let us know what you want to see on Friday nights. What's something different that other shows aren't doing that you want us to do? This is our show.
It's definitely our show, man. Appreciate everybody. Hopefully we get the Infinity Champion to join us soon. It's hard to book him. He's costly. But
yes.
Everybody, thank you for joining us. Zach, thank you for holding down the fort. We'll see you guys next week.
Later, everyone.